Rants o'clock, culés. Welcome to another episode of Rants of a Barca Girl. You already know my name is Esther. Thank you for joining me again on this episode. So remember last week we spoke about Fermin staying. Yay! Thank God for that. And then we spoke about my fears about the international break coming up. I was worried about our players, getting injured. Well, looks like my worry was not unfounded because one of our players did get injured. Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about the international break, our players at the international break, their performance with some splendid performance. Then I will also give you information on where we would be playing our coming match. Between Valencia, there's been this discussion on and on, going forward. Are we going to be playing it at Camp Nou? Will Camp Nou be ready? Are we going to be playing it at Olympic Stadium? Are we going to be using Johan Cruyff? What is going to happen? Well, there's finally an update on where we are going to be playing that match. So that's just going to be what we're going to be discussing today. It's been a bit quiet, because international break in terms of, teams football, in terms of club football rather. But thank God we're back. The international break is finally over. Anyway, so let's move to international break performance. Oh my God, guys. Our guys were amazing this international break. They went full throttle. Like they nobody could stop them. So let me start with Christensen. Yes, I'm gonna start with exactly Christensen, a central back. He was amazing. So the last game was between Greece and Denmark, and then Denmark won 3-0. And guess who gave them the second goal? And it wasn't just any goal. It was beautiful. It was one of those shots outside of 18. And I was asking myself, Christensen didn't just do that. Tell me that's not Christensen. It was beautiful to watch. Like, yeah, superb. So he scored the second goal. And if you could just go online and just Google it and then watch it. Even you yourself will be amazed at that goal. So Christensen pulled a very good one. You know how we've been having conversation around, should he be a starter, against Arao? Well, I feel like for me, if he can stay fit long enough, 100%. He's calm on the ball. He makes very sensible decisions. So for me, it's always been Christensen. At the moment, against Arao, it's just what it is. I'll pick him 45 Arao. Anyways, and now let's move to the Spanish boys. Yes, let's move to the Spanish boys. So Pedri, our dear Pedri, got 2 goals against Turkey. Yes, it was sensation as usual. So he scored the first goal at 6 minutes, and his signature. Pedri now has his signature goal, the one where he would call outside of it. He would call. Well, it was that kind of goal. It was amazing. I just can't stop using that word. So he scored the first goal, and my God. And then he scored the last goal again, as if that was not enough. I was thinking, when I was watching that match, I said, okay, I need another goal from Pedri. Yeah, and then just like that, he scored another goal. So he scored the first goal of the match, which was in 6 minutes. And then he decided to say, okay, I'm going to be the one scoring the last goal again, and then scored that at 60 minutes. So 62 minutes rather. So which made it 6-0. So Turkey unfortunately couldn't even get one in. It was that bad. Spain totally dominated them. Nothing anyone could do. It was it wasn't good at all. Like, it was. I kind of expected, I know Spain would win them, but I kind of expected a bit of I expected a bit of fun. When I mean fun, I expected them to put something in and at least just try, but that wasn't the case at all. It was just an easy win. Too easy, as far as I'm concerned. And then we move on to Lamine, because yes, Lamine did do some work there as well. Yes, he just didn't sit down folding his arm. You already know he would want to contribute. So yes, he got 2 assists. So Ferran Torres scored the 4th goal, and it was a beautiful moment to watch between 3 Barcelona players. So Pedri with the beautiful pass to Lamine, and then Lamine with a beautiful pass to Torres, and then Torres scoring the goal. Yes, my Barcelona boys decided to display that day, and it was like firework, that goal between the 3 of them. Anyways, Lamine assisted that, and then as if that wasn't enough, the 3rd goal, yes, that Merino scored. Merino bagged himself an hat-trick. but since he's not a Barcelona player, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, yeah, I know. I'm selfish like that. I don't want to talk about Arsenal's team boys' glory. I just want to talk about our own boys' glory, our own boys' shine. Anyway, so the third goal that Merino scored, the hat-trick, was also assisted by Lamine. The last goal for Merino in that game was assisted by Lamine and was also beautiful. So Lamine got himself 2 assists. He could have scored as well. So he could have, him, he's always wanting to score. But well, they kind of denied him. But at least he ended up giving 2 superb assists. So take that, haters. And then we move on to Ferran, because I have to talk about Ferran too. Now. So he was subbed in because Nico Williams got injured. Yeah, I think something about the groin. Anyways, he's now out. But Nico Williams got injured and then they brought in Ferran Torres. And then just a few minutes after he was subbed in, he scored. Yes, he scored the 4th goal that I said was assisted by Lamine, remember? And with beautiful pass from Pedri. So that was his 3rd goal. Now, let's talk about De Jong. Well, this one is not a good news. I know you guys want to hear, you want to continue hearing the good news. Well, it's not a good news. Frankie De Jong is injured. Yes. And you remember what I said earlier on? I'm repeating it. That fear was not unfounded, because now he's going to be out for at least 3 to 4 weeks. Yes. So the game they played against Poland, which was like 1-1, which ended up 1-1. He got injured. One of our defensive midfielder, Gavi, is out now. He is out, which means we have to bring in Casado. So a coming match will probably have Casado and Pedri link up. I don't know if Hansi Flick is going to bring in Marc Bana yet, or if he's even going to play him, or I know they've cleared him medically, but we all know Hansi Flick, he likes to take his time. So I don't know if Marc Bana is even in the picture at all of playing some minutes. So the hope now is Casado. Yes. So now, don't you wish we didn't sell him? Remember when people were like, "Oh, we can sell Casado. Yes, it's fine. We have Gavi. We have De Jong. We have Marc Bana." Guess what, guys? Gavi is injured. Friday now is injured. We only have Casado. Imagine if we had sold him. Exactly. So anyway, so it's going to be Casado and Pedri. De Jong is injured. But the good news about that is just that he's just going to be out for a few weeks, for about a month at most, 3 to 4 weeks. So that's not too bad. It's not what we want. It's not what I want, because I was worried. And now, yes. And there's going to be another international break in October again. Anyways, what can we do? But he's gonna be out. He's out. And then on Gavi injury update, well, the good news about that is that he's not going to be going for a second surgery, on his knee. The management has decided to go towards a conservative approach in treating that injury. So they are going to do that for the next 3 weeks and watch how it pans out. Hopefully, he won't need another surgery, because that's going to really take a long time to heal. So I hope that approach works rather, and we see him play very soon, which will be fantastic. Rafinha also, on news of Rafinha, I don't know if that's what's mentioned, but I think I will mention it anyway. So how he was Ancelotti picked him and then refused to pick Vinicius and Rodri, and people were saying, oh, there was some conflicting news actually. Some were saying, oh, he deliberately did that because he wanted to rest Madrid players, and he wanted a strain on Rafinha so that, he won't be able to perform as amazing as he did last season. It was just to punish Barca, which I think is stupid. I think that's just a stupid argument. It just doesn't make sense. Or I feel like it's because Rafinha is so good, like at the moment, that the other two are not just doing as much as, Ancelotti. He used to coach them. So what would he have against them? Anyway, and then there's also another school of thought that thinks that there is because Rodri has not been playing for Madrid, has not been a starter, and also Vinicius has not been as good as he used to be. Sorry, there's also that school of thought. Anyways, the good news is that Rafinha was picked, and thank God there was no injury. Apart from the only news from him was the fact that he posted something on social media about his kids being treated unfairly at Disney World. If you care for that, you can go online and just Google that. There's a lot of rancor about that. But anyway, Rafinha is also fit to play, which is good news. And now our upcoming game is against Valencia. And you know how, like I said, there's been like back and forth. Where are we going to play this game? Is Camp Nou going to be ready? Are we going to be playing at Montjuic? But unfortunately, we can't play it at Monju because there's going to be a concert, Post Malone concert coming up, on the 12th, and the stadium will not be ready for the 14th, when we are going to be playing Valencia. Well, finally, the club has issued a statement to say we would be playing that game at Johan Cruyff Stadium. Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. Just 6,000 attendants. That's where it's gonna be. La Liga has allowed it this once, and what that means is that we are going to be installing VAR, because what they have is semi VAR there, and that's not good enough. So I think they should have installed it by now, or maybe that is ongoing. Anyways, so that's where we are going to be playing it. And the bad news is the fact that, as it is right now, there's still no news on when we are going to get back to Camp Nou. I know we are playing against Getafe soon, which is home match. We have 2 home games coming up, and we don't know where we are going to be playing that. We also will be playing PSG at home on 1st of October. Nothing is decided. I mean, the good thing is La Liga and UEFA has been a bit, lenient with us in that regard. But still, the whole confusion, it's just uncertainty. I think that's the word. Uncertainty around the whole thing is now really, really beginning to frustrate. Before it was now it's just beyond frustrating. I think that's the word. Anyways, we are going to be playing there, and the club has said, so attendance is only going to be for members. Well, as expected, it's just to 6,000 attendance anyway. So hopefully we would hear some good news. I cannot wait for us to get back to Camp Nou. Right now, it just looks like something that is never going to happen. I know it's going to happen, but now it just seems like it's good. It seems like now it's going to take a miracle to happen. Anyways, that's that about that. So, and that's all the news that we have for now, because it's been quiet, like I said, international break. Hopefully next week we would have much more bigger news to talk about, because then we would have played a game against Valencia, and hopefully we win. We can analyze that, and maybe there's going to be an update about Camp Nou too. Well, we can talk about our update about De Jong and Gavi injury as well. Anyways, we'll see how that goes. Oh, how could I forget? I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to mention that Rashford also scored. Oh, my bad. Rashford scored. Yes, he did score. He was subbed in, actually. He was subbed in. And then he made a pass to Oli Watkins. That was the game, England against Serbia. Yes, which had one of the defenders at the box 18 anyway. And one of the defenders tackled Oli Watkins roughly, and then the penalty was issued, and then they let Rashford, of course, take the penalty. Good news, he scored. So yes, one of our players also performed amazing at the international tournament. Just concluded. Yes, Rashford scored. Let's add that to our wins. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me again, and please do not forget to keep sharing, to keep commenting. Go to our social media handles and just bring on the rant. We would respond to you. And also, we would appreciate if you can just drop a 5-star review. If you love this show, if you've been enjoying the conversation so far, please just drop a review. Drop your girl a review. And I keep saying this, I can't do this without you guys, support and comments and opinions. It takes two to tangle, and we've been tangling well. Please, let's just continue to tangle well. Okay, I don't mean that the way it sounds. Anyways, until next week, remember, good or bad, we rant. Bye, culés.